UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu, and UnDaoDu. I want to tell you the story of the 3 demons that UnDaoDu had to face on his return to the new world. You see, the Urubora had grown into a vast society, and UnDaoDu, even with all his power of the Mayan gods, had to still face these challenges. You have to understand that the Mayan god UnDaoDu was not alone. He sat in a council made up of the great Sadhu well, of the forgotten Sadhu mammoths, and Shigamatra, his direct teacher. And there too sat the dolphin. The very dolphin that used to like to put its snout right in Shigamatra's butt to get her to poop so he could eat her dung. That's what it was. That's how the relationships were. And he remembers and he laughed thinking about that situation. But UnDaoDu was in a new world fighting new foes. And he's there staring down at the villages, many villages, trying to get them to hear his words. And he tried to use his energy and his power and say, "Look, I am UnDaoDu. You should come and listen to me because I know the truth." Well, that's how it worked in the past. And everyone, the elephants would come, all of the creatures would come, and they would kneel in front of UnDaoDu and listen to the words. And people did come. And they were curious. Who is this strange person? Who is this unlike anyone they'd ever seen? Who is this Mayan? What's a Mayan? The Mayans disappeared a million years ago. Thereabouts it seemed. And they came and they would go, but they wouldn't stay. And on one time, one of them came and started attacking him. And it's like, why this and why that? Well, it's pretty obvious what it's about. And UnDaoDu, as he stared at the person, realized it was a demon. The demons had infected the Shigamatra. In the absence of the great Sadhu mammoths, the demons, he looked around, were everywhere. Demons hiding in plain sight. Demons that he would just wipe away in just a single breath. But the problem was this. The Urubora no longer recognized them as demons. And they, with their eloquent voices and what they were saying, held their attention. He watched as they gathered, as they would even nearly create a rebellion and overthrow a democracy. And these were the same demons now moving on his paradigm, on his destiny, on his purpose. And this angered UnDaoDu. And he looked at this demon and he says, "I see who you are. I see through your charade." And with a wipe of his hand, he cast the demon into silence. He says, "I am going to tell the world of what you are doing. I am going to expose the evil of your ways." And the demon said, try to get his attention, flapping its ghastly wings, its stench. But UnDaoDu laughed. He says, "Listen, demon, I have slain and devoured 1,000,000 of your kind. I am back to bring the purity of the Sadhu awoke mammoths to the reality. I am back to slay and cut off the head of the Urubora and set the world right again. I am back, as prophesied, wielding the new spear of Vitao, who created the javelin that slew my father. I am back to take everything that you have taken from us and banish you." The next demon who showed up came with a group of people. And the demon and the group of people were like, "Oh, UnDaoDu, you are so majestic and great, and we're here to learn more about you." And And they listened and it's all. Maybe my words are being heeded. And the demon was devious. And it was the demon of the Tao. And he said, maybe UnDaoDu, the reason you have been excommunicated from the villages down there, it's just because you aren't worthy. You know, things have changed now. You can't just roar and come your way and shake your might, because ultimately there are ways instead. And UnDaoDu, with the power of Shigamatra, with the power of the Shadu whales and the power of the forgotten Shadu dolphins, they all gazed upon this demon, shattering and taking away all of their obscurity. And he sees, you are trying to do and take away the oak tree that I am. Demon, I see through you. I cast you away with your brother. Be gone. And he brushed his arm, and the demon flew off into exile, quickly vanishing. I have conquered the demons. But there was one demon, a very shrewd demon, the demon of the dew. The dew can hide and masquerade as you. And they're very hard to see, and they're very hard to kill, because what they prey upon is you. So the demon of the dew had been watching on the side. He'd been analyzing and seeing the power of UnDaoDu, and he devised a plan. He went to the nearby village, and he infected 3 or 4 villagers. He put their tentacles into them and said, you will befriend this UnDaoDu, and you will teach this UnDaoDu to heal. Now you must be subtle, and you must do it in such a way that he will not notice. So the demon shows up, hidden in the back, not exposing himself, and the humans, the little monk apes, proceeded on their way. And they were like, UnDaoDu, we are so pleased to see you. What a great time you have come. And yes, we've heard that you've slain these demons. And what? They were nasty, and they were causing much trouble. And you have brought us great honor. But UnDaoDu, let me tell you, the problem is you are just too powerful, and we have forgotten how to be. We must teach you these new ways in order for you to fit in. And UnDaoDu, wanting to fit in, wanting to bring about change, said, sure, I will do that. I have no problem. I understand. I have been away for thousands of years, and I do not understand how things have changed. And over a course of days, UnDaoDu was slowly taught to heal and obey and kowtow. And UnDaoDu plenty did, and more people came. And it's once in a while, UnDaoDu's power would raise, and he would be furious, and they were like, no. You cannot be angry. You must be gentle like the sand. You can't be the form of UnDaoDu. You can't be that Mayan god. It is forgotten. Sure. And UnDaoDu agreed and tried. And then UnDaoDu said, listen, I have to move. We have to move forward. And he saw unrighteousness, and UnDaoDu reared up again, and all of a sudden the people disappeared, shattering a dagger deep into his heart. He's like, what did I do? I shouldn't have got anger. What did I do? I have taken away and scared. And the demon lurked in the back, staring at UnDaoDu as he looked down, and the tears fell from his eyes as he realized, maybe he is not worthy. Maybe Shigamatra was wrong. As the doubt filled, his tears fell down, creating a puddle, and he stared into the puddle, and staring back at him is Shigamatra, smiling at him. What are you crying for, UnDaoDu? Shigamatra, you are still a silly little Bora. You still haven't learned. Do you not remember the time when my mother said to me to take down the termite mound, and in all my brevity I came out of the water and I smashed that termite mound and I said, "Look, Mother, I am Shigamathra." And my mother said, "Look again." And as I gazed down onto the termite mound, there were millions and millions of termites. So I started stomping and stomping and stomping until it gets so dark that I couldn't see. So dark that it became black. And at the moment, just as you are now, you cried out to me, and I appeared. That is nothing but a demon, UnDaoDu. It is the most rare of dews that will surround you in love and friendship and then strike you in the back to crush you. It is the most vile of demons. And UnDaoDu raised his head, looking forward, seeing the demon that had been hiding. Behind him, the image of Shigamathra appeared. Behind them, the image of the great Shadu whales long forgotten, and the dolphin, and every single animal that had recognized him. And he stood up, and he waved his hand, and he spoke. "I know you listen. I know you hear. But let me tell you, demons, I am UnDaoDu, and I'm coming for you." UnDaoDu. I just made that up. So I took those 3 trials. Actually, there was actually 5. I got to go back and see that there was actually 5 ways they attacked me. Right. The first way was the loud attorney. I think you were in the rooms. Remember the attorney, that guy who came in and just kept talking, and I kind of said, "Go. I see what you're doing," and I didn't want to give him any time. And then there was a second one. And the second one was the guy who came in and said, "Oh, maybe, you upset people and they just kick you out the room and that's it, and just go on with your life." Look at this here. UnDaoDu, 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 UnDaoDu. UnDaoDu. And then the third one, see, was devious, right? The hardest one to see, the masquerading as a friend, and then all striking at the same time and leaving your room. And there. So the challenge of the 3 demons, and then which led UnDaoDu into his fast and purity, as now even more so he saw the clarity of the world in front of him, and in doing so revealed the other demons, making them observable at sight, meaning the guy Tyler who betrayed him and gave him my work, and that's all this work's based on. And that's having that thing, that because I was really mysterious, like, why would Tyler show up and then never show up? And then why did he put the flag all over the world? Because they were going to try to use UnDaoDu's, bit club, whatever it is, I can't say that word, dude. I cannot put those 2 words together for the life of me. Clout, his bit clout, right on there. So that's up on there. This is my little truck. So this is there's a black Buddha in there, like an onyx, really famous, and they open it up once a year on there. It's my family uncle. They probably see me walking around without a mask. I mean, shit, there's no one around me, but I'm sure in being Japanese, they're like, what the hell? Here's my piece of art. UnDaoDu. UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu. On, down, do.